My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Then consider yourself fortunate. You weren't exposed to their latest trends. Granted, being a popsicle doesn't sound all that fun either.
How'd you end up here?
I'm here on business. A man thinks I'm better off dead. I beg to differ. Right now, he's waiting for me in some dusty hideout with a full staff of gunners. I hope to match him gun for goon.
Anything I can do to help?
Yes, there is. Perhaps you'd be interested in being my personal goon. Or gun, if you prefer. And in exchange, I will be yours. It doesn't matter who plays what role first. Just say the word and I'm right behind you.
Tell me about yourself. What's your story?
Oh, you don't want to ask that question, darling. When a woman's lived for over 200 years, they've been a great many people. I've been an heiress. I feel it's far better to...
Sure. Let's go.
Our enemies are as good as dead, darling.
What's that? Gonna be a good... Glad to die!
We should be careful. Family reunions in my house tend to start with bullets and end with blood. Of course, in between there's arguments, dancing, and champagne. To be honest, I'm not sure which is more dangerous.
Look alive.
These number.
Go ahead.
Well, let's just call it magic. Well, if you're listening to this, Audrey, then I'm dead. Books and mysteries even more so. Knowing how annoyed you must be is a small consolation. As for the inheritance, I am nothing if not a man of my word. My number is 14. And Barnaby's is 82. As far as I know, you already have Antoinette's and Margaret's. I won't ask how you got them. I know Antoinette was always going to be the first to die, and Margaret perished the day she tried to put her brain into that machine. For all her intelligence, it boggles the mind how stupid she could be. Either way, congratulations. You've won. Perhaps it would have been easier if we just shared the wealth like Father intended, instead of trying to outlive each other through various means. In the end, we outlive society itself. I take comfort knowing you'll be stuck forever in this awful, decrepit place.
Yes, So, that's why he insisted on holotapes. Even in death, Arthur found a way to get the last word. I loved that about him, as much as I despised everything else. But I am sad that he's gone. He was family, after all. Which means the infection I suffered in D.C. has yet to subside.
What do we do now?
One thing we won't do is give up. If Arthur's dead, that means someone killed him, and that person had to have a motive. Granted, that list might be infinite, so it's best we start at the top.
After what happened to my family, I can understand.
Thank you. Although by no means do I want to compare scars. I'd venture mine are hardly worth mentioning compared to yours. At the very least, I'm sure your family spent their days not trying to kill each other, as opposed to 200 years doing the opposite.
Why the glum face? I thought random murder was routine around here.
Huh. I'm just as surprised as you are. I'm beginning to wonder who I am, and what I've done with the real Audrey. In fact, the last time I saw one of my siblings, I almost waved hello. Fortunately, my insanity lasted only until the first bullet grazed my neck.
Maybe you should find a doctor.
I'm afraid modern medicine can't cure the disease of caring. Well, either that or the stim packs I've been using are defective. But I'm long past the day,
Right.
in any case.
What do you think happened to him?
If I had to venture a guess, I'd say this is Margaret's work. You can tell by the lasers and dead robots. And if Margaret's really alive, perhaps you'll want to work together. My sister would know this, of course. See if you can't find another clue somewhere. Hopefully.
Hey,
You've got my undivided
I found this old photo.
I know the place in the picture. A pre-war cafe for dilettantes and socialites, and a post-war nightclub for hustlers and scabs. Old enough to feel safe, but new enough to be dangerous. That's my sister for you. One step ahead with two left feet. Well, we shouldn't keep her waiting. Let's go. Here you are. This bar was a nice choice. Maudlin, but nice all the same.
You'd be amazed how little this neighborhood has changed. The bombs may have dropped, but the dirt is still here.
And you were never one to avoid getting your hands dirty. In fact, you're looking much better than Arthur these days.
Looking's not as good as having, honey.
It never is. I suppose the question is whether you want it all for yourself, or if you want to do this together.
I do, actually.
Then it's time you dropped this ruse. After all, you're far too nice to pass for my sister. You, on the other hand, with that disgruntled look, as if the world were too small and you had to slouch to fit inside it. That I recognize.
You're as perceptive as ever, Audrey, and still a huge bitch.
Takes one to know one. Is this a new body? Well, new in the relative sense. I wasn't aware synths came in vintage models.
Why do you think I chose it? It helps sell the illusion. Not that I needed it. Arthur would never deign to make eye contact with the help.
So
Maybe I
you've
should
been
talk to the
working
boss.
for him.
Can't be that mad at me.
I let him collect
What's
the
the worst thing that could
combination and
happen?
waited for my opportunity to take it.
Right.
After all, our brother would never agree to working together. He'd call it surrendering to Father's idealistic garbage.
He also wouldn't trust either
Things
of us.
need
not to
shaking
kill
up
him.
over here.
That too.
Get some
In
guys
fact,
that have
I
half
believe
a
his
brain
favorite
at
saying
least.
was,
Morons.
"That isn't water under the bridge."
Yes, I imagine it was something much thicker. And he was right, as it turns out. So, why not do the same to me?
Because I've always liked you, Audrey. I couldn't stand to be around you, but that's not the same thing. And best of all, I know working together would piss our brother off to no end.
All right. But if we're going to work together, my friend here is coming along. She's quite capable.
Still don't trust me, do you? All right, fine. Your friend can come. The two of you can meet me at the old summer estate. It's time to find out once and for all what legacy Father left us. Barnaby die anyway? You killed him.
He was dead before I even got the chance.
She belonged to Parsons. Father just didn't have the heart to commit her.
Here we are, the old summer home. It's just as tacky as I remember it.
Who cares? The terminal for the code's on the wall there. My number's 47.
All right, I'll enter the full code now. What is it you think we'll find, anyway?
I don't know. Gold, jewels, baseball cards. Could be anything. The old man was secretive.
We must have had different fathers. The one I remember would go out of his way to tell you about his exploits.
Only when he was drunk.
That should do it. Shall we?
During the statement, your father would have been very pleased you managed to make it this far. Of course, this will guarantee the five of you work together, and as such, further proof is needed.
You can't be serious.
As you'll note, there are 5 rooms in this house, each with a self-contained test designed specifically for the 5 of you. Pass them all, and you will unlock the main safe.
Except there's only 2 of us here.
Don't bother. It's a recording. It's a miracle this piece of scrap even functions after all this time.
Now go forth, sirs and madams, and reap the rewards that can only come from working together.
So, the entire house is a safe. I assume cracking our puzzles will be easy. The rest will take some ingenuity. We'll have to act like our siblings. Or even worse, think like them.
I'll leave that to you and your friend. You were always mocking everyone's mannerisms. Perhaps that might pay off here.
Well, I assume the kitchen will be Barnaby's. He was a fine chef. God only knows why he chose to have his servants cook for him instead. Arthur's test will likely be the stage room. He always enjoyed a good play. Antoinette's, I assume, will be in her bedroom. Something violent, I presume.
Mine likely involves some sort of robotics or science experiment, so I'll head over to the lab. We can meet up when we're done.
Is something the matter?
You've got your job and I've got mine. We can meet up when it's over.
Please proceed to the next phase. Please proceed to the next phase. Test 1. Baking. Barnaby? If you would please make Father's favorite meal. Congratulations, Barnaby. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
Arthur's test. The show starts when you step on the stage. What is it, my dear? All right. So, what will this test be? I'd assume it'd be the Bard, or something from that time period.
For this test, you will need to perform the play.
You've
The
got your job
Silver
and I've got
Shroud.
mine. We can
Of
meet up when
course.
it's over.
It would have to be a comic book. Arthur memorized them all because he knew it would bother me to no end. Unfortunately, I'll need you to read the lines, darling. I couldn't possibly do it justice. Don't worry. If you get stuck, just spout out the most
You've got your
incomprehensible
job and I've got
nonsense you can
mine.
think of.
We
and
can
you'll be
meet up when
fine.
it's over.
Please proceed to the next phase.
Hey,
What do you want, stranger? Can't you see I'm busy selling drugs to kids?
who are you supposed to be?
Response not recognized. Aborting program. Because in Boston, the mob owns the police.
Your crimes have gone unpunished for too long, but today you face the Silver Shroud!
Ah, the Dark Dick himself. I thought you'd be taller. And if you think someone as short as yourself can stop me, then you're as foolish as the human who designed that getup.
It is not wise to stand between the Silver Shroud and righteous justice.
Ah, but there's another thing standing between you and justice. This helpless child, Timmy. And if you want to punish me, you'll have to kill him to do it. For I've taken him hostage.
You shield yourself behind an innocent. You are craven. And you shall fall before me.
We'll see about that.
I am the instrument of justice, and I cannot fall. Death has come for you, evildoer, and I am its shroud!
Congratulations, Arthur. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
It looks like that did the trick. And just in the nick of time. Any longer and I would have shot you myself. Antoinette had anger issues. She reminds me of a feral ghoul. Or rather, ghouls remind me of her.
If you're ready to start the test, press the button on the wall there.
The Geiger counter seems to have lost its mind, which means we have to work quickly. We'll have to think like my sister. Destroy everything in the room. Catch me dancing. And do me a favor.
Congratulations, Antoinette. You passed your portion of the test. Please proceed to the next phase.
That's all the tests. Let's see how Margaret's doing.
Please proceed to the next phase.
No way to pick this. Can't pick this.
ladies didn't cause you too much trouble.
They're not ladies. They're machines.
And I'm sure disabling them was as simple as pressing 300 buttons.
At least that much. Not that you'd understand anyway. Regardless, it looks like all that's left is your room. I can't wait to see what horrors await inside.
Don't worry, Margaret. I doubt it's anything I haven't shown you already. Not that you are paying attention. Let's go. What is it?
A room with a holotape? I just had to disable...
Congratulations, Audrey. You've passed your portion of the test. The door to the safe is open.
I suppose that's that then. Should we listen to the holotape?
Let's just go. Anything will be for you. I have no interest in exposing myself to it.
Please proceed to the next phase.
So, would you like to do the honors?
For a single vial?
Let's not jump to conclusions. Father was nothing if not a predictable man.
This vial is a special serum developed by a friend of your father's. Contained inside are the secrets of immortality itself.
Immortality? Ha! Well, this is a fine joke.
You don't say. I suspected the prize was worthless, but it's even worse than that. It's ironic.
I am sorry to interrupt your joyous celebration, but I must inform you that I have now fulfilled my duties as guardian of your father's estate. Good luck to all of you.
Well, I suppose it's not a total loss. I'll take that vial, thank you very much.
Really, Margaret? It's a serum that grants you immortality. It might as well be a state-of-the-art television for all the good it'll do.
It may not be worth anything to us, but it's worth something to somebody, which makes it a valuable commodity all the same.
Ah, so you did more than disable those assaultrons. You reprogrammed them. There really was no need. If I wanted to kill you, Margaret, I assure you, my friend over here could.
You're all talk, you know that? It's funny. Arthur said you were street smart, that you were the one person who couldn't be swayed by sentiment. And in the end, you just gave me your half of the combination.
You'll find I've given you much, much more. That is, if you ever bother to look.
Humph.
Goodbye, sister. Don't spend it all in 1 century. Is something the matter? Sure, the crows appreciate us peeling their fruit.
Look alive.
Well, that was gruesome. Did I give the go-ahead to kill her? I don't remember winking. It might just have been something in my eye.
I'm sorry, but she deserved to die.
No need for apologies. You did what you needed to do. If not for your quick action, we might both be dead. As for the prize, it appears that Margaret missed the boat entirely. The real value was in my father's words. Immortality doesn't have to be dreadful, provided you spend it in good company. But perhaps that's me growing soft again. Luckily, you're here to teach me to shoot first and apologize later. In fact, I think traveling with you will be quite the education. Hopefully you feel the same.